atmospheric thrusters if there's an atmosphere, of course. I believe those are 3, not 2. Yes, these are 3, not 2. So it'll be kind of big. But yeah, sure. So, in case you're wondering what this thing is, I don't know. It was just on the model. Maybe it should have extended to there, but it looks better like this. So, again, the only real modification I've done is the warp nacelle is supposed to be on the middle here, not the middle there. It's supposed to be over there. I did that just so it would fit. And there's no roll bar with torpedoes, as that would sit up here. And if I did that, I would just stick a turret on top of while I'm at it, and probably a turret on the bottom somewhere while I'm at it. So the Danube Runabout. Enjoy. Hey YouTube, Gundam here. Welcome back to Space Engineers. Today I am going over my new creation. If you've been following my trend of everything Star Trek, this should be extremely obvious on what it is. This is the Danube Runabout, or Danube. I call it Danube. So, this is not small. However, I had to make a change. This is supposed to be in the middle here, not on the edge. I had to do that to make it fit. However, it does fit. Going top to bottom is not too bad. It's got a bit of room there. Unlike those, which top to bottom was a bit of an issue. That thing's left and right is also a bit of an issue. This thing, yeah. This one, that's a little bit more, but, you gotta be careful about that, but that's okay. That's not much room. It would not fit without that. However, with it being over, it fits. Albeit just, but it fits. So, what is this like? Well, I just realized I published this thing and I screwed up with the guns. Oops. I can't believe I did that. Oh well. Let's go over the outside of this thing first. You have the cockpit area here, nice and big. Camera. A few weapons. A couple more than the others, but it's way bigger. I was thinking about turrets, but the small turrets are actually pretty big. I am using 3 mods for this. I just had to. The first off here, a door. And yes, it is actually 3 wide, but it is pressurized. It's 3 deep by 5 by 5. It's pretty big. It works. I will take it. You have a few things here. The nice warp nacelles here. And some nice stuff on top. Along with the nice area on the back here. And engines with landers here and connectors. So, 2 connectors, because I wasn't sure, I was like, should I give you the option of connecting to the front or to the back? How about both? Only a few landers in the middle, but it's there. On the top here, a bunch of engines. All the hydrogen engines are turned off. Oh, there was room. Oops. That is a gravity generator. This is another one of the mods. This is a small ship gravity generator. I figured it would be useful and I would give it a little flair. There's a third mod for a jump drive for small ships. What's the interior like? As we get to the jump drive later. Come into the airlock, you have blue and red door, and it's highly vented. Going into the blue is the cockpit. There are 4 seats. I'm going to take it down from the thing because not only do I need to work on the gun sets, there should be LCDs in here, and there's not. So, I need to probably take it down, fix everything. Oh, wow. What? That's actually a lot bigger than... You know, never mind. Never mind. You want to fix it, you fix it. It's supposed to be customizable anyways, but the guns, I'll leave it. So, this is the command chair here, the con, which is the helm on starships, so okay. That's ops, that's supposed to be science, it's supposed to be something else, but whatever. You have to work the guns yourself, customize it a little. Head through the hallway here, you have a few windows on the floor and ceiling. I thought there was a... No, there's not, okay. And then you have the side rooms, which are nicely vented, which have a couple of chairs for passengers or for a little conversation. No one else can get in. If you lock it, or you just leave the door shut. A couple of windows there. Same on the other side. It is symmetrical. This ship, I believe, is perfectly symmetrical. So there's that. Go through this, and yeah, you're greeted by a bunch of small cargo containers. There's actually a bunch of them in here. A medium cargo container, and one of the main hydrogen tanks. Yeah. That's, yeah. Pretty big. Now, these windows, you have access to the 3 reactors. These are actually glass windows. You have to cut those. The 2 jump drives, and one of the batteries. You can just see the charge level on the battery there. Coming to the back, there's a nice table, seating for 4, and cryopods, along with another battery. And yes, a nice light there. Which, yeah, I forget which one that is, but you can color it somehow. So, in case you didn't notice, I did gut it down below. Nice, multiple, it's redundant. Effectively, the forward section is its own little ship, and then the rear section is completely separate, yet all is not. The gravity generator is supposed to be there. You see some of the batteries here. There's another battery hiding, I believe, over there. Where is it? There's another battery in here somewhere. You can see the reactors. You can see the oxygen tanks and generators. And yes, all of that is in there. And I'm going to cut this off real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. There we go. I cut it off. This enormous gap is where the massive tank should be. What was in that hole there? Anything? I think there was. Hang on. Should be right about... Oh, if I can get in here. Where is that big thing? Oh, it's just a gap. There's just a big gap here. Oh, that's right. Thrusters. That's for thrusters to not burn through stuff. Okay. Some there. Yeah, it's the thrusters. Okay. So, in here you have 8. These are double. There are 8 small hydrogen tanks in each nacelle, leading to the massive engine bank, of which, if I go and start turning things on, button 1, no, button 3, and then 1. Yeah. Button 3, hit 3, then 1. It'll leave the atmospheric thrusters off, but it turns on the rest of the hydrogen engines. As you can see, they're kind of everywhere. Nice for the front, nice to the back, side to side, located on the nacelles. Down is there, up is there. I'm assuming combining this with this massive bank here, that I haven't actually tested it, but I'm assuming that is enough thrust for you to be atmospheric capable. I do not know. I will test it and I'll put in this video later. Obviously there's a few cameras. But yeah. Part 2 is all the cameras and turning on and turning off the connectors. Well, one is the forward, rear, and one of the bottom cameras. And it's the landing gear and the thrusters and the gravity generator. Now I know the gravity generator is kind of exposed, but on small ships you usually don't have a gravity generator. One thing that's not here is the jump drive, I realized. I really should have put that stuff in button 3. My apologies. So button 3 should be the guns and jump drive. You know what? I am going to change it. I'm going to take it down. I'm going to change it. My apologies. Okay, I've put in to this ship here. I will change it before I upload it this time. I can actually upload it right now, but I'll double check for other changes. In case you're wondering where the jump drives are, they're here. This gap here, right by the massive bank of reactors. Again, you can just see from the windows. The other one should be right there. What was in here? It's just an empty? There are multiple empty areas, multiple things with thruster packs, but just multiple empty areas, period. So you could do some customization, but it's not much. And maybe gyros will be going there. Depends. I haven't actually flown it yet. So let us do that. Let's take a look here. Keep an eye on the throttle. Let me turn off the hydrogen thrusters. Because that, yeah. With just the ions... Oh, wait, whoops. The main bank was on. That, yeah. That was an apology. This is with both. I'm going to stop now. There we go. So it does seem a little laggy with the gyros, but it's not bad for such a large ship. It is larger, so I think the gyros are okay. You can, underneath the table, you saw there's this massive bank. I believe there are no thrusters there. Let me just double check. Underneath the table on the forward seat. Yeah, this is just empty. So if you want a little more maneuverability, cut off that seat, cut there. You've got some area for gyros right there. But I think this is actually quite good because it's not supposed to be too maneuverable. And this is actually kind of a lot here. Remember, you have to go to button 3 to get to your weapons. But, this isn't bad. Let me turn off all hydrogen thrusters now. It got those on by mistake. Now, ions only, you can see it's, it's slow, but you'd expect that. It's not supposed to be fast. It's a larger ship, so. Side here. That's kind of slaggish. Laggish. Slagging. Bleh. The other side here. There we go. Now we're going to reverse next. Reverse is decent, as is forward. Lots of internal engines there. So, yeah. Now I'm going to turn off the ion and use only the hydrogen. On, turn that off, and that. I turned off the main hydrogen bank on the bottom. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty powerful for the hydrogen. It's more maneuverable than the ion. Going that way, it's reverse now. Oh yeah, that's ridiculous. It's like double the maneuverability using the hydrogen. But you have a limited supply given it's hydrogen, so. Going up. Yeah, that's insane. I didn't know hydrogen just had that much thrust. It's the same number, I believe, of except for forward and back. Oh wait, no, it's not. That's right. Up and down is the same, but the rest, the ion actually wins. If you have both of them, this is insane. Yeah, both is absolutely crazy. This thing's a race car when you have both. You just need more gyros. You know what? I am going to add more gyros to this. I am going to add those gyros to that zone. Because it's better to have it and not need it, right? It's not too many. I mean, there's quite a few gyros around already. Boink. That's a huge bank of gyros. Okay, let's see what this does. Oh yeah, that, yeah. Yeah, that's It's not as maneuverable as those, but that is maneuverability. Which, you know what, I'm kind of okay with that. It is a subcapital ship, so I'm okay with that. So, yeah. Weapon is disabled. Die. So, there you go. I will now be trying to get to a ground planet after I get out. And you gotta be a little careful going in and out, by the way. That's the issue. I don't understand here. You have this little ledge there, but as for actually getting out of the ship, once you've landed, you'll have to build a couple of ramps in order to get in and out. So, or really just one, because that is a little up. One should do, but you have to build that each time, or a bunch of smaller ones. Maybe make a little jump or something, I don't know. That's a little bit of an issue, but again, it does fit. I just don't want to fly. It's just a very tight fit there and there. Maybe you could come in a little diagonal like this. I don't know. I don't think that would work, but maybe. Top and bottom, you got a little clearance, like those. And with that, remember there is this massive bay that's supposed to be here, and then the repair yard, so it'll absolutely fit, no problem. I'm going to cut over to. I'm just going to grab this. Copy. I'm going to cut to the planet now. Just want to get a little recording of the 3 mods that I'm using here. I'll put the links, so don't worry about that. Okay, I'm on a desert planet in a build that I really need to work on. And, yes, you do need the big pack, but this has 0.9 gravity, and it works. This is just an enormous thing I was working on. It's going to be a while. Where's my third person? Oh, I need to grab a different planet. This one, just, yeah, just, this is too much lag, and I disabled my third person. Idiot. Also, I don't know why, but it's going through? Maybe it's the weight? I don't know. There's quite a bit of weight in the back. Alright. This will be a slightly better test anyways. This is a 1 gravity planet. So, let us see this. Turn them on. And go. Is that weapons fire? Because I have indestructible blocks turned on. It's the ship! My badger's shooting at me. Look at that. That's my ship, dirtbag. If only they didn't have infinite ammo. But let me turn off those. So that's not enough. But on their own, it is enough. So without the big bank on the bottom there, let me get the view here. Without that huge bank, it's not enough, which makes sense. Well, not with our 1 gravity. So, And you saw how quickly the hydrogen went down there. I mean, it's not lightweight. And this is an empty ship, so... what is that? 438,000 kilos. So the turrets are firing. I mean, they're occasionally shooting each other. That's funny. There's those two there. There's the top one up there also shooting. There's bottom one there. That's not shooting, but it's definitely aiming. That's funny. You have those guns there. The others are just not in range. But those are shooting. What? If I move over here a little bit. That's just like, nah, I'm not going to do anything. Well, it's good to see the ship will shoot. Duh. Am I on that gun? Really? No, I'm not. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, these doors, I believe, are too small. They're only 2s? No, these are 4s. And you won't have to worry about width with these. This is my Badger. FSTC. What's that even? Badger Heavy Atmosphere. This is a completely vanilla thing. Yeah, this thing. I'm so glad I turned off block destruction. So, yeah, you do need... There's a beacon in the front, but I think they're targeting me. Look at that. No, there's one also shooting. Yep, it's shooting there. That's, what is that? That's one of the... Oh, it's one of those. Okay, there's a hydrogen tank. I don't know what they're shooting in the front here. There is a beacon in the front there, like I said, and yes, there is a remote control block. Right there. It's hiding. So... yeah. That's funny. You can't see anything there. Oh man. But which gun is it? Is it the back guns? I don't know. Oh, yeah, you can see from the weapons fire. It's definitely one of the rear turrets. Just one of them, it looks like, or maybe 2. Just shoot at the middle there. So yes, you can hover, but if you turn that off, However, on their own, that is enough. So do bear that in mind. And well, I mean, you'd expect it to be enough. Look at that. That's 38 on each side. Plus there's a 14 on each side here. That's 28 there. So plus 80, 76. So yeah. So it's decent in atmosphere. However, you know, it's not really meant for atmosphere. It's meant going up. Actually, you probably just hold space to go up a little better. There we go, yeah. The forward thrust is a little you know what? I will increase the forward thrust to be substantially higher in the hydrogen department. Because it needs to be higher in the hydrogen department to allow for maneuvers such as this. You know, going up. I'm just not sure where I can add them. Maybe I'll just add a big slab in the back. Because this, yeah, that takes forever. Also, oh, my hydrogen's going down big time. Look at that. So, you have apparently enough hydrogen to fly around, but you don't have enough hydrogen to make it up. There's 5,000 meters. That's nowhere near enough. I'm going to turn on my ion engines. They're not going to kick in, are they? Despite having those 2 enormous tanks, those 2 gargantuan tanks plus the 16 small hydrogen tanks. 16 of them. And there are 3 O2H2 generators on board, which should be in operation. It's clearly not enough. I've just turned off the others. I'll turn them back on. 3, 2, 1. That's it. Just turning that on. I'm at over 10,000. My ion engines are off. I'll turn them on. Have they kicked in? My altitude is going up, but my speed is not. My speed's going way down. So you definitely need that to escape, but it just doesn't look like it's quite enough. I forget what altitude it was. Was it 40,000? Look how quickly that's going down. But it does regenerate kinda quick with 3 O2H2s. But again, there's no cargo and only one passenger, so who knows what it'll be. I'm going to try to increase the hydrogen capacity if I can. I'm going to increase the amount of hydrogen tanks, or maybe I won't. I'll just leave it like this. Let you play around with it. For the rear hydrogen thrusters, maybe I'll add a few because its forward momentum should be a little bit better. But, what are you going to do? I'm definitely not clear. I don't remember what altitude it is, but I'm done. So, just hitting that until it burns up. Was it 20,000? I forget. I forgot just how much fuel you need in the hydrogen department to do anything. No, I do have a jump drive. Able to... At least my guns are working. Well, that's that. Okay. So there was a big empty spot here. I've filled the top zone here with a ton of hydrogen tanks, you can see. I've filled the bottom of it with a ton of hydrogen tanks as well. Where was it? Nope. I've stuck in 3 extra hydrogen engines here just to give it a little more forward thrust. And then up here, I've stuck a couple extra hydrogen tanks. And here, in the big room here, I removed that cargo unit and just added in 7 extra hydrogen tanks. And that's per, by the way. So if you take a look, there's 2 big hydrogen tanks. And then, I'm assuming 56 because I deleted one. 56 small tanks. So the amount of hydrogen is insane. I wonder if... Triangles. A lot. PCU. Non-armor blocks. Physical shapes. Grid mass. Gravity generators. Spotlights. Lights. Thrusters. Conveyors. What about hydrogen stuff like that? I don't know. Well, it's there. So it has a tiny bit more thrust going forward, but definitely a lot more hydrogen. I'm going to take this to that plan, see what it looks like now. You remember what the first one was? Copy. And then... Right, so as this one's getting hammered, I have the other one all the way over here. Alright, all the engines are on. We're ready to go. Y'all ready? Watch the hydrogen quantity. Oh, that's much better, but still going down pretty slow. So if I turn those off, just leave the big ones. Oh, that's much better. Yeah, that is much better. So it'll be able to move a bunch, but it'll be difficult still to get to any sort of altitude. Or not altitude, excuse me. It'll be difficult for it to reach to space unless you stop and have some ice. With 3 generators, you can see how quickly it's going up, while still keeping itself in the air, by the way. Which is quite a bit of gas it's using. Okay, now it's stationary. But, I mean, here I am, 2,000 meters up. Go around. Take a look at my hydrogen level from in here. A little bit there, you can see the other ones, but yeah, it's just easy there. Bunch of cargo I can access still. Got that cargo hiding there, this cargo there. That one cargo is missing, that doesn't matter. It should be around 97% still. It's going up to 99. There you go. Alright, so it's much better now with 56 small hydrogen tanks and 2 larger ones. But I still think reaching the atmosphere, up, getting up there won't be quite enough. So, better than mind. Just use the button 1 engines, not button 1 and 3. Be careful on that. Because button 1, without it, it'll fall, as you can see there. But, yeah. The Danube Runabout can, with I'm assuming a decent load, can get up to space. The question is just how much load can it use? How much load can it carry? I don't know. Also, it has an ore detector, so you can enjoy the windows there. It's not a great view, but what do you expect? Though here there's even worse of a view. I mean, there you got an engine, but I mean, you got a view. The real view is back here, although it's not great still. At least you have a nice view from all sides. You just have to walk around, and yeah, you cannot go that way, or you can if you walk over it. Yeah, I decided, because you can walk with just 4 high, I decided to make it 5 high, just so you don't feel like you're banging your head. I decided that before I got these doors in this mod, so enjoy that. I'm going to delete this now. Boop. What? Can I grab that? Got it. Yeah, that would hurt. Oh, you can actually go 110? What? Going 110 while down. This is gonna hurt. Boing. I don't know what made me decide to put the ore detector here of all places, but it's there. This is inside that room. It's just hiding there for some reason. But I don't know why I put it there. But it does have an ore detector. I'm just... In these day and age, you have to say everything or something. Bunch of people that only believe by seeing. And even when they see, they don't believe it. Oh! That would burn a hole. That's not good. I turn off. Boop. Okay. Thruster damage. It should be said. Obviously, I could go crazy if I didn't worry about thruster damage. But when I'm creating, I don't worry about it. But you will. So you see, there's a tiny amount of open room here and there that you can deal with the thrusters. But there's not much. Casual random gyroscope just hanging around. Oh yeah, do be careful grinding that down. This is sitting on, so that's okay. There's one beacon, a couple higher. Those are the other ones. But do be careful. Oh yeah, I was gonna add a few more ion thrusters. Hopefully they would assist with going vertical. Where's I gonna add those on the bottom somewhere? Right. So I've just added these few Alright, so I found where the most empty space is. Right by the reactors and the jump drives here. It's this huge space here and a lot of small space around. Going up to up here where that's where that battery was. But yeah, just leading up to the jump drives in here, this is the biggest amount of empty space without worrying about thrusters. Obviously, it can be a pain to modify, not in creative mode. But there's a huge gap down here. You've got a bit on top here, and you've got this huge zone here where there's nothing. So there's that. I've just added a few more thrusters around there, which I could add some more here. Why don't I? Is that touching? No, it's not. Okay, I want to keep consistency. I'm just thinking maybe it'll be a little bit better if it maybe once it gets up a little bit, then it'll be a little better with all the it'll be a little better with having the ion engines help it get up out of planet's atmosphere, so the hydrogen isn't burning through too quickly. That's my idea. But yeah. So, handful of guns, ore detector, jump drive capable, gravity, and pressurized with nice doors. 3 mods, jump drive, doors, and gravity. I will put the links to them in the description on the Steam page, not on the video description, so do keep that in mind. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a couple flat spotlights as well. Other than that, yeah, you just got the flashers, you got a couple extra lights here and there, basically nothing on the outside. Phew. Oh. For those wondering, how come this Danube Runabout doesn't have that torpedo bay on top with the roll bar? That's an add-on. That is not on all of them. If you take a look at the show, not all of them have that on there. So, and no, there's no way it would fit if you stuck that big thing on. I mean, you take a look at this, there's not too much room there. I mean, a little bit. Not too much room there, but you're talking something about this big. So that would take up all this and that, and it would be an even tighter squeeze than this. So, I don't think so. Good bot. Let me get rid of these, because these are now obsolete. This is the one that matters. Copy. Yeah. I'm gonna place it over here. Boop. There we go. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Look how much it dwarfs these by. I mean, this, okay, you can carry around 4 people, do all that, but look at how much dwarfs them by. This just... But what do you expect? It's supposed to be for a long-range thing, and it does. I don't know where the cryos came from. Is that vanilla? It looks Halo, but I've only got 3 mods. Kinda, not quite Halo. Halo leans back a little more. I don't know what's going on. Whatever. I've only got those 3 mods. Maybe it isn't one of those mods. But, yeah, I mean, you compare the size, it just... it just dwarfs them. But what do you expect? However, it does definitely look like a Danube Runabout. Just modified. Definitely has the feel. Tell me what you think. Do you like the look? Do you like the feel? And take it around, maneuver it. Remember where you have the empty space, let's go in here, is down by the jump drive. The jump drives, the reactors, and back here, definitely you've got a ton of space if you wish to have more gyroscopes or something. Hydrogen will burn out. Be careful. I would be not take it down to planets that have 1G. I would go to moons with low G or something like that. You can use it to fly around on a planet, of course. But if you're going to stay down there for any time, I would yank out the ion thrusters and slap in some atmosphere.